Welcome to the Practical Pistol Show. My name's Ben Steger. I'm here to answer your shooting questions. Joining me is producer Candice. Say hello.
Annoying voice, go now.
Oh man, just so you know, if you write something nasty on a forum about Candice, or you send me an email about Candice and I send it to her, it hurts her feelings. So Candice, you are.
No, it doesn't. I don't have feelings. Come on.
you're inviting so much criticism. Also with us today, who's going to participate in the show, is Mr. Tim Herron.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yes.
Hey, guys.
You might be wondering, why do you give a shit what Tim Herron says? And who is Tim Herron? Tim is a Grandmaster shooter guy from Kansas City, right?
Kansas City, yep.
Kansas City. So, Tim, you knocked down a few area matches this year, didn't you? Or this last year?
I took second in one, and I won two others.
All right, so you can trust Tim. Tim knows what's going on, sort of.
I hope so.
That's fair. All right, Candice, discussion topic for the day. What is it?
All right, so apparently the new great plastic hope is the Grand Power X-Calibur, made in Slovakia, and it's kind of cool. It's got like...
Well, this isn't really new, though, right?
No, it's not new. It's new to us, though. Why
are we talking about... This is the Internet Doodie Project thread.
Yeah, there's a thread on Doodie Project that'll be in the show notes. And
yes.
Right, and basically it's supposed to be a pretty cool pistol for... a grand or less, but it's plastic, so that's probably why we're talking about it, because plastic guns are no good.
Hey now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tim now shoots a plastic gun. We'll get to your gun. The interesting thing on this thread is that there's a dude who works for the manufacturer is on there talking a lot.
Yeah, he's there to answer your questions.
He is, yes, so he's talking quite a lot. So, I personally don't give a shit about this gun. I shot one a couple times in a class, and I don't know, I didn't care about it. I mean, it's not bad. It seemed okay, but I didn't think it was like most. I've never shot a gun where I'm like, this is the gun. This is the jam, man. This was made for me. This is perfect. I've never shot that gun, and this was not that gun for me. What do you think, Tim? Have you shot one of these?
I have not had an opportunity to shoot a Grand Power, or actually I haven't even had an opportunity to shoot a Tanfo. So my experience with production pistols is very, very limited.
And for this reason, you've switched to a SIG 320.
I have. I wanted to dabble in production, and I guess I'm going to do more than dabble. I'm actually going to give it a pretty good run this year. And the 320 for me works great because it's got ambi controls, and me being left-handed, that's a pretty important, pretty big important thing. So.
All right, let's pretend you're right-handed. And have you ever touched a Grand Power?
No.
Candice, have you touched a Grand Power?
No.
God.
I know, it's terrible. All I have is the internet, and they say
that all you have is the internet. And what is the internet telling you?
The internet tells me that it has a pretty good trigger, apparently. I mean, by pretty good, they're saying 6 pounds, 10 ounces double action, and 2 pounds, 6 ounces single action, which is not really that great. But
all right, what else is it telling you?
Box? That sounds pretty good.
That's okay. I mean,
that's all right. It's supposed to have different back straps so people with little hands and big hands can use it, and it has a cone barrel and all this slide cut lightning and like fluted cone barrel, and it's like a half-pound lighter than a Shadow, so that's probably honestly why it won't be as good.
All right, what did you really want to talk about? This guy in the forum pissed you off or something, didn't he?
No.
You don't believe this? You don't believe that this gun is...
I don't believe his lies, no.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, he's trying to hard sell the gun. Well, I don't know if he's hard selling it. He's talking, this gun's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be durable and stuff, which would be a step up from my Tanfo, so maybe I should get one, right?
No. Fuck that gun. No, you don't need to get one. I'm telling you, there's a few guys shooting them that I know, and it's like I do know one guy that switched to one, and it was not a productive change for him, but it was financially beneficial. So that's why that particular guy is shooting it. So that's fine for him. I don't think it's the jam. I don't think it's the secret sauce.
All right.
All right, cool. So let's go to a shooting question.
All right. Shooting question today comes from a dude who's going to the Alabama sectional on March 13th. Says it's pretty much a hoser match, and that is definitely not my strong suit. So what should I do to prepare? I'm already putting in more focus on the shooting fast than I have in the past. I'm also focusing on improving my transitions and focusing on transitioning accurately to a specific spot. The Hopkins drill, for example. So he wants to know how he gets gooder at shooting faster.
Oh, okay. Good question. I like it. As far as the dry fire side, the Hopkins drill is probably not really going to help you. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a drill in dry fire training that Mr. Matt Hopkins, which is Tim's friend and mine, right, Tim?
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody loves Hopkins. He came up with that, and it went in the book. It is probably not going to help you become like a raging, target-shredding hoser madman. This is probably not going to help with that. It's a productive drill for shooting. It's not really like the go-fast sauce. I think relaxation drills are good for dry fire. So what I like there is draw, shoot two, reload, shoot two more with a tight enough time limit that you feel like you're tensing up. And as soon as you start feeling that tension happen, you make mistakes, and that's a good place to practice. Not where you're making mistakes, but where you're kind of battling the tension in your body. You start actively thinking about relaxation. You stay relaxed, then you're going to be fast and smooth. Then you can carry that into your live fire training with like bill drills, Blake drills. Yes, you're going to shoot two on each target. And if you're working on a skills and drills, there's a wide setup and a super wide setup for those drills where the targets are going to be 2 yards apart and then 3 yards apart. So we're talking about big transitions, big swings with really tight time limits. And again, you're going to feel that sensation of tensing up. So I like to just actively think about relaxation and work that into my practice, because when you're up on the line for a hoser stage, for me anyway, the challenge is always like you have this desire to go really fast, and the way to go fast is to stay loose and relaxed. So if you
Absolutely.
Yes, Tim, you you've got a lot faster in the last year, right?
I've gotten a lot faster, and without any kind of detriment to my accuracy, which was really good for me. In the beginning, as a B-class shooter, even the beginning of last year, I tended to focus too much on trying to just go fast, and I wasn't taking the time to get my hits. And then, of course, actually, by the help of Matt Hopkins, it was like, dude, got to get your hits more than anything else. That's the most important thing. So I slowed down, kind of became a turtle a little while, but then really started learning about relaxing, making sure I stay completely unfazed with tension, and that's definitely been just brutal obvious now with my practice and training now.
Yeah, so when you see guys that are fast, like on YouTube, you see a dude shooting fast and his body looks relaxed. That's helping him be fast. So many people, especially see that a lot in classes, people think like the more effort they put in,
Yes.
like I'm going to be able to really control the gun. You see a lot of tension in their shoulders, and it doesn't make you faster. So battling kind of that desire to tense up is kind of what I would structure my practice around if I know that it's going to be a hoser style match. Yes, producer Candice, anything to add, because I know you're currently working on your hoser skills.
Yeah, what Tim's talking about is something I need to like really do, because like I'm a total hoser, and getting the hits is kind of like a struggle. So
yeah, but as far as like shooting faster, the whole the focus for you is being relaxed, right?
oh yeah, because it's kind of funny because I still feel like an axe murderer is behind me, but you look at the time and it's like, wow, that actually went pretty fast, even though it looked kind of slow in my brain. So yeah.
All right, good. Great question. All right, since we have Tim here, I put out a feeler on Facebook. So it's time for the question speed round for Tim. You ready for this, Tim?
I'm ready.
All right, we got to put the spotlight on you. Bam! Now that everybody sees Tim, like, really well. All right, first question. What is the future of single stack?
Future of single stack? I see there being a lot more diversion as far as major and minor. So I don't think it's going to be just a major power factor kind of scoring system anymore.
What are you talking about? You just said, fuck single stack. I'm out of here. I'm out of production.
You know, honestly, at the same time, I'm focusing on single stack all the way up until single stack nationals. Plan on giving it my all again this year in May, and then I'm going to switch to production. At the same time, though, I'm going to kind of feel out different matches as far as with single stack too, up until May, and I'm going to bring both. I've got a 9mm minor gun that I've got set up now for single stack too. So I think I think minor has become a lot more important now for single stack, especially at area matches and a lot of sectionals.
All right, fair enough. Is the P320 the new hotness in plastic guns?
I'm pretty partial to the pistol. Yes, I think so. I think so. To me, it's leaps and bounds better than a Glock or an XD or anything else. It's more balanced in the hand. It's not, to me, it's not super slide heavy like the XD tends to be. The trigger is phenomenal, and for me, especially being a lefty, ambi controls are like a necessity. So it works great for me.
I'm gonna level with you, Tim. My concern is that we're getting are we getting P30L'd on this thing? And what I mean is, there's a gun, like every year there's some fucking gun comes out, and one year it was the P30L, and everybody's like,
plastic hope, man.
It's so awesome. And then a year later, nobody gives a shit about that gun.
You know, honestly, I don't think so.
Bruce Gray, he posted some pictures of one that shot really good groups, and he says he can make the trigger awesome.
It shot a really good group, correction.
Okay, it shot a good group, and he can make the trigger really awesome.
Oh man, Candice is like hating on the 320. God, this is killing me.
She's a cynical bitch, just like me.
Damn.
No, it's true. I mean, everybody. I'm so cynical about it. It's like somebody's like, this new gun came out and it's awesome. I shot a 320, and I was like, ergonomics are okay. I don't give a shit about it, but you know, it's like it's okay. Like I don't know.
Okay, gun.
To be honest, coming from a 1911, you know, of course I'm all about the 1911 grip angle and all that other kind of stuff. For me, it was a really good transition versus like I've shot a Glock 17 in matches past, and as I've dabbled in single stack, and I've always had an issue with obviously the slide release is too far back and it's just on the left side of the gun, which is it's not conducive to being a good gun I can run solidly all the time. The grip angle sucks. The trigger is shit.
Oh, damn!
Wait, who uses the slide release? I don't understand.
Who uses a slide release? Who doesn't use the slide release if you're going fast? So.
Well, I can auto forwards.
There's something wrong with your gun then.
Okay, fair enough.
What? All right, next question. We're done with the 320. It's old news now. Will there be a production optics?
Will there be a production optics? God, I hope not. Honestly, I think it's watering down, to me, the purity of the sport. Excuse me, the purity of the sport already. I mean, adding more classes, I don't know. It gives too many places for other people to hide.
Do you think a Tanfoglio 1911 can be competitive in single stack?
I think any 1911 can be competitive in single stack.
I
mean, this is coming from a guy that I've shot nothing but a production pistol the last year and a half. So, you know, production 1911. Nothing crazy, nothing custom built. So, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that wasn't a terribly okay, there's a few questions here that seem like height jokes to me. Seems like homeboys making fun of you not being very tall.
That's what else is new.
All right. I'm sure you've not heard a height joke before, ever. Okay, so one dude is asking about the differences between IPSC Classic Division and USPSA Single Stack. Just as a note to the international listeners for this, USPSA shooters, as a rule, do not know IPSC rules and do not care about IPSC rules. Right? I'm not trying to be a dick. They just don't know.
Actually, I'm trying to focus a little more on IPSC because
have you ever shot an IPSC? Have you ever shot an IPSC match in your life?
No, not yet. I haven't. But dude,
that's what I'm saying.
World Shoots in another 3 years. I'm trying to learn because I would like to earn a slot to go the next time. So.
Well, that's fair. All right. Well, whatever. He's asking you about some rule questions that even if you know the answer, nobody gives a shit. Okay. What are the most common parts I would need to have on hand for single stack breakages if I don't have a spare gun?
Jesus. Recoil springs, a slide stop, and probably a barrel link. And really, other than that, I can't really think of anything.
Man, do those things really break? Because I've shot a ton
exactly.
out of my 1911s.
I know, that's the thing.
My recoil spring is still, it still puts the gun back in battery. What else is there?
I don't really. I've got spare shit in my bag, and I don't think I've ever had to break it out and use it. So I don't know. I carry a bunch of unneeded stuff.
Is being left-handed a handicap in USPSA? Just for those of you who don't know, Tim, in addition to not being very tall, in addition to being like debilitatingly nice, he's also left-handed. So you got the shit end of the stick, man.
Yep.
Genetically, I guess.
Do I think it limits me? Not at all. I think a lot of guys try to use that play to do nothing but justify excuses for sucking.
Damn!
Honestly, as far as being a lefty, no, it's never been a limitation for me.
All right, fair enough. I mean, is there any time that it helps to be lefty?
I can't really, honestly, dexterity-wise, I don't think it matters really be left-handed or right-handed. So I've run stages before that a right-handed guy will set up to try to screw other right-handed guys that maybe it flows better right to left than it does left to right, and those just help me. But I mean, I get one of those kind of stages, one every 20. So everything else, I don't know. You learn to do things the way you do them. So
that's fair. All right, and then the last question I'm going to throw at you. Oh no, not the last one. We got another good one. You made several comments, apparently, that you want to, be more consistent with the top GMs at majors. What have you changed in your training for 2015?
More attention to detail. Longer shots, harder shots. That's been the biggest thing. A lot of partials. I'm following a lot of your footwork as far as partials at 25, partials at 30, partials at 50. A lot more group shooting, actually. I know those aren't things that are really conducive to speed, but those are definitely things that are, for me, are beneficial to being able to call my hits and just have better control over my performance, period. So, and points, I don't care what anybody says as far as speed versus points. Points are absolutely, to me, the most important aspect of shooting USPSA.
All right. Do you see yourself doing classes in the future to help fellow shooters?
I would love to get into that, and that's definitely been something I've been really would like to push myself that direction. My day job right now is obviously wrenching on cars. I've done it for so long. I'm burned out. I would love to. I love firearms. I love training. I love shooting. I love instructing. So it is definitely something I would like to delve into very soon. So still trying to figure out how to break into that, though.
It'll happen.
Yeah,
probably.
Eventually.
You're a YouTube fucking sensation now after this. So. All right. Finally, one guy feels that a heavier metal gun would make more sense for you in production, seeing as that's what you shot in single stack. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it doesn't. The weight of the gun, honestly, doesn't really make too much difference to me. I mean, is the gun reliable?
No,
And
but I thought the plastic guns are like flippy and stuff and terrible. I read that somewhere.
my pistol isn't. I mean, the 320 doesn't seem to be that way at all. I mean, and in fact, I've got 5 or 6, like die-hard 1911 guys that I've put that pistol in their hands and they've shot it, and they've been unbelievably surprised at how well and how easy that gun tracks and shoots and everything else. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on it. I really like it.
Fair enough. All right, Tim. That's it for the question speed round. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Because like dozens of people are listening to this. Right?
Gosh, I don't know. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show. This is fun. So other than that, I don't know. Keep training hard. So
that's what we're gonna do. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for the today's show. If you have any questions you'd like to send to me, head over to benstugger.com. Send me an email. I'd love to answer your questions for you. If you'd like to criticize Candice, you can also send me that email, and I'll be sure that I forward those on to her.
God, all right.
That's gonna do it.